Alright, so today, short, simple video. I got to do a little bit of welding on the Norstar flatbed, but I want to have a conversation, see your guys' input on ordering the flatbed for the new truck. If you guys are, up to speed on everything, ordered a new 5500, should be here, they say, in 4 months. Gave the deposit and everything. I'm very excited about that. It just worked out so much better for me personally to get the truck exactly the way I wanted it, and financially they're actually cheaper to buy a new truck right now than to buy a used one that's already done up, ready to go. Sure, I got to spend time to get the flatbed and figure all that out, but you see what I'm looking at here. Grandma's truck, did this one the way I wanted it. I always wanted a Great Northern flatbed. They will special build these ones to have the skirted flatbed. It doubles the price, but I think I'm leaning towards doing that. But I want to get you guys' input, because how this headache rack is stout, it ain't going nowhere. And if you're familiar with cab chassis trucks like this, the fuel tank is in the spot of the spare tire. So that's why I built a little rack thing to put the spare tire up on the headache rack. That's where it comes into the issue. This thing is, well, she's loosey-goosey. It just breaks the welds. It breaks the steel along the welds. I gotta fix that. That's what I'm gonna do right now. I'm gonna re-gusset that thing all up. But how this truck is, like, that headache rack has got so much more surface material and everything. I love this look. It's very, very similar to the Bradford ones. Bradford also makes one that is skirted, real nice, and it ends up playing ball about the same price as one of these skirted. The availability and everything, I got to start making moves on it right now so that I can get it when the new truck shows up, get the timing just right, because everybody's got months out on their lead time. But we're gonna head down to the shop. We'll go over the flatbed that I like about this. Obviously this bed's pretty good, except for the headache rack is a very, very big weakness on it. As for this one, I don't see that being an issue. Or possibly get one of these and skirt it myself. Slowly getting this shop dialed in. Every project I do, I organize it just a little bit more every time I do the final cleanup. But I'm converting this wall into my license plate wall. Got a couple good ones. Trying to do a little bit of like those metal Dodge signs. Grandma got me the dad's garage. She's real proud of my father now. But the approved Dodge service, stuff like that from Traxxer. Old 72 Challenger. Actually found that car. A couple other funny ones, and then some legit ones. But this place is coming together, and I humbly say, I'm very thankful to have a shop like this. They're not easy to come by. A lot of work goes into her. Let's get the truck in here and start welding on it and talk about flatbeds. You can see what happened right here. There's my new weld. I even had a chaser over there to disrupt where the crack might want to happen. It popped that off. Tore the steel alongside the weld and did the same up there. The weld's still intact. It's doing fine. Even broke down through there. It is what it is. It's got a pretty heavy spare tire up there, so I'm going to go ahead and just fix it the correct way. Plain and simple. This might have been a little bit... Make a nice little template. Then we can just trace it with a plasma cutter. Yeah, that'll work. Perfect. I only measured once. How does this go? Side's a little different. It's gone. Boys. So this welder belongs to my old man. Just haven't got around to buying my own. But let me tell you about this here welder. Sure, that's kind of, maybe that'll be grounded. This thing has built about 4 or 5 flatbeds, 4 pickups, including 2 that are on his truck. All the grapple dangle U-joints have been built with this grapple, or been built with this welder, and none of those have had a fail with the weld. This right here is thin steel, poor design, cracked alongside the weld, so it tore the steel, not the weld. Small stuff, so ideally folks would say that's what you need for this. But I don't see any problem with this welder. If your welder's not big enough, I don't really understand what that means. It's running off 220, so it's getting plenty hot. And if you think it's not filling enough, you take another pass. You V-groove something if it's going to be a bigger project. Heat your steel ahead of time and just let it eat. Simple as that. This thing's been an outstanding welder. It's 30 years old. It's an old school rig. And I got no complaints using this guy. Another thing that people that think they know what they're talking about welding, oh, you got no shield on there. Oh, it's flux core. You don't need the gas. It's got a gas bottle, empty. It doesn't do nothing. When it comes down to this, it's already bare metal because the paint from this is falling off. And we're just gonna weld right to it. The toolbox blade to be very inconvenient being in the way, so I couldn't get my good weld in the corners there, but I ain't going nowhere. I'm gonna be nice to you guys and actually show you the weld, because it honestly raises a bunch of controversy. You could have the best welds on YouTube, but if you show it on YouTube, you got the worst welds. I'm not worried about it. I know it's not going anywhere. So what I did, put that block in the middle, connects the corner piece. I'm not even worried about fixing that because it's all tied together right here. Tied that straight into the headache rack itself, the big dog. Good power right here, so that's gonna transfer all the energy from this corner down into all this, so it doesn't just flex the corner and break her off again. But there's a good straight shot of that one right there. This one here, like I said, in the corner, a little difficult to get into. This is some stuff that I knocked out early in the morning in a hurry. And I think that's got welded from the backside, but to get rid of the old, it's not rattling anymore. The other side, I'm going to go ahead and hit a drill bit through it so I can use it for a bungee cord mount. It's another thing about that Great Northern bed is it's got a lot more tie down potential rather than just the rub rail. So I'm going to sink a drill bit right there. That way I can use this for a spot to hook the lunchbox down to. And check this out. I needed to protect the paint. That's my magnetic base for my camera that I'm using right now. Poor man's powder coat. Put it on while it's hot. Burn it right in. That was a fairly simple process. Get that job knocked out. Just add a piece of steel and a couple welds, and hopefully it'll last us until it breaks again, I guess. I don't know. Thin steel, you get thin results like that. I put about a 1/4 inch plate in there, which is about 5 times thicker than the stuff that it's welded to, so you know how that goes. Let's get down to the nitty-gritty of it. I need to sit down with you guys and have a live feed so we can answer each other's questions, because I got a couple ideas that I'm going to throw at you right now, so stick with me to the end. So if you're not up to speed, order the new 5500. It's going to be Laramie, luxury, and it's automatic, so it's going to be comfy. I'm actually really looking forward to that truck. Nothing's wrong with the current truck I have now, just got some BS reasons that I'm going to have to put it on a low mile exemption or register out of state, whatever. I'm looking forward to the new truck. Also, Dad was a little overdue for a new truck for himself, so talked him into getting one at the same time. So email from Chrysler the other day said they're supposed to be at the dealer in Idaho, 318, which is just under 2 months away. It's 1:20 right now, Thursday night, and I'm going to get this video to you guys on Friday. And Saturday, if all goes well, I'll pick up a flatbed. But I want to get this video to you guys now so you can cast in and weigh your votes and all that stuff, because Haas is just going to have what he's done on the last couple trucks. He's going to build his bed like a man. Complete custom flatbed with a dump unit in it, with a trap door on it, have a gooseneck ball in it so that the 4500 can still tow some stuff if something ever happens to my truck, or if he needs to tow for whatever reason. Solid sideboards, part way up, removable rest of the way. And a couple other cool ideas, such as a fuel cell for the off-road fuel underneath the flatbed in front of the duals. And I really like that idea. That way he can have some reserve fuel on the job site just in case I ran out of fuel for whatever reason, or I'm not there. He needs to top off a machine. He's got 25-30 gallons on tap right there, good to go. And that got me thinking. So if I were to go with whatever bed manufacturer, you're looking at 2 to 4 month lead time to get a custom built flatbed right now. To get a skirted flatbed doubles the price. Let's just say $4,000 extra on top of the price, and that's across the board. Other quotes that I've got, I did send a couple emails out tonight to get some other quotes from different bed manufacturers and different dealers throughout the state to see what lead times and prices are going to be. But let's use the Great Northern for example right now, because that's what I'm leaning towards. Same flatbed that's on grandma's, got the solid headache rack, and I'm going to get the B&W turnover ball. They have one in stock. That way I can interchange between 2 and 5/16 standard 30K ball, and if the new Diamond C trailer ever shows up, the 40K trailer, I can put the 3-inch ball in there to upgrade the ball size to heavy duty super rating. I don't know, you get a 40K rating off a 3-inch ball or something like that. But to get the skirted flatbed is the main thing I want on the truck, because I can carry tools, because primarily the truck's going to be pulling the gooseneck like it always does, have the spare fuel on the truck up on the top, and skirted toolbox sides keeps me somewhat in service truck kind of. You know, I keep the minimal tools in there for the quick changes, keep def and stuff like that, extra hydraulic hoses, just the minimals that you need for the small breakdowns. I like to keep that stuff in my truck, but I'm also trying to keep down on weight so that I'm not going over, you know, the GVW stickers and all the BS. But anyway, so since Haas is going to have fuel cells underneath his truck in front of the duals, I thought, you know what, why don't I save all that money and just get the non-skirted flatbed and integrate fuel cells instead of toolboxes in front of the duals, and then behind the duals I can obviously build my own toolboxes. I thought, man, that sounds like a good idea. So I'm really leaning towards that. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And as far as the headache rack is going to be stout enough to not have an issue, put my signature spare tire up on the top like that. I haven't seen anybody else do that. But I'm really leaning for that route, and then I can just have a standard low profile toolbox to fit chainsaws and stuff in across the back of the headache rack. I'm really leaning towards that idea. So let me know what you guys think. Comment something below. Again, Saturday, January 22nd. If they still have it in stock, old Tyson down there at Sundowner, local dealer for those flatbeds, Great Northern, he said that they had one in stock last week. I should have put a deposit down on it, but hopefully they still got it Saturday. I'll run and pick it up. I sent him an email tonight too. So anyway, like, comment, subscribe. If your trailer's falling apart, or if your flatbed's falling apart, dang it, stuff falls apart, just fix it.